going to take a step away from major football and go into the world of high school football and go to David Haugh of the Chicago Tribune. And there's a very good reason we're talking high school football. Interesting scenario going on right now between two schools, Fenwick and Plainfield North, in the state playoffs in Illinois. That's all the setup you're getting, David. I want to hear. Tell us all about the situation. What happened at the end of the game, and why is this a national story right now?
Well, it's a national story because it speaks a lot more than just who plays in the state finals. There's a lot of questions and issues about sportsmanship and about just ethics and what is the right thing to do. And there's very good arguments on both sides. But long story short, Fenwick was running out the clock. They were ahead 10-7 in the semifinal against Plainfield North, and they decided to throw the ball down the field to no one in particular to run out the last 4 seconds of the game. And they should have probably taken a safety. They're at the 15-yard line. They could have run out the clock. They didn't. They chose that route. The officials decided that was intentional grounding. They awarded Plainfield North an untimed down. You've seen it before in Oklahoma State and Central Michigan. With the untimed down and the penalty, they kicked a field goal that sent the game into overtime.
So what you're saying is the call was correct, but the enforcement was incorrect.
Well, the call was correct because it was intentional grounding, yes. The enforcement of the rule was incorrect, and we would find that out later.
Okay.
The IHSA, with the governing body for the Illinois State Athletics, issued a statement after the game apologizing to Fenwick for the incorrect enforcement of the rule because the National Federation of High School Athletics says that you do not award an untimed down in a situation like that. So correct call, wrong enforcement.
And so that's how the game was won on that incorrect call in overtime.
Because in overtime, Plainfield North went for two, gutsy call, made it, and they won 18-17.
Okay.
So that's how we are where we are.
What did the Fenwick team, coaches, and parents do after the game?
Well, I wasn't there, but they were distraught from what I understand. They had gone from celebrating, a spot in the state championship game to, kind of process, to what to a lot of these kids was a devastating defeat and, the worst defeat of the season. A big range of emotions in the span of a short period of time. And Plainfield North celebrated like a team that had just come back and gotten a second life and, won a chance to play for the state title.
But the reason this is a story because it's of the reaction after the game is there a lawsuit? Is this in the courts now?
Yes. Fenwick filed suit. They're in court right now. A judge is deciding the fate of Saturday's state final game. It is Fenwick has made the argument that there's precedent for the IHSA to overturn and reverse the ruling because the game was won on false pretenses. The game was won because it should have ended.
It's a wrong call. It's a wrong call, yes, David. But what options does a judge have right now that it's in his or her lap?
Well, the judge can say that they can they can overturn the outcome and declare Fenwick the winner because the application of the rule incorrectly led to Plainfield North winning the game.
Anyone locally? I'm sorry, David. Is anyone locally calling for Plainfield North to just give up the victory?
Yeah, we wrote that. I wrote that this morning. We've talked about that.
What kind of reaction did you get?
Very split. This is a polarizing issue in Chicago. I wrote a column in this morning's paper. It was online yesterday. I was on the radio for 4 hours this morning. There's definitely this resonates with a lot of people, and there's very passionate feelings on both sides of the issue.
If there's a right thing to do, is the right thing for Plainfield North to give it up, in your opinion? I know you wrote that article. Or is the right thing for the judge to make a call legally?
The right thing, in my opinion, it's only my opinion, would have been for Plainfield North to say on Sunday morning that, this is the ultimate show of sportsmanship. We did not earn this victory. We were the beneficiaries of a bad call. And this isn't a pass interference call in the second quarter. This isn't a holding call in the third. This is the last play of the game. And the last play of the game determine what happened in overtime, and that would have been the right thing in my mind to do, is to say that they weren't the rightful winners, and Fenwick should be the deserving representative in the state final game.
Couple of questions. When is a ruling expected, and when is the state final game?
State final game is Saturday, 4:00 in Champaign. Ruling, that's a very good question. It's got to be sooner rather than later. Both teams were practicing last night. I don't know what to expect. I'm not a legal expert, and I don't play one on TV, but I don't know that we know exactly when we're going to get some clarification here.
Before I let you go, gut feeling on what you think is going to happen? I know you said
gut
you don't.
Gut feeling is probably they're going to uphold the status quo, and I think that's going to be the result of this. Even though there is some precedent for overturning an IHSA ruling and determining a new winner, so we'll see.
Unprecedented situation, different kind of football story heading into a great football weekend here at Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
David Haugh,
Yep.
Chicago Tribune, we appreciate the insight. Thank you.
Thank you.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.